Well, this is Royden James. It was a pleasure being on the Intoxicated Show. This is the 9th edition with my boy Jamal Adams. Be sure to tune in at every edition. He's quite an inspiration to all of us, especially young men here in Guyana. Remember to drink responsibly.
And take it off.
Good evening. Welcome to the 9th episode of Intoxicated TheSipNChat Show. I am your host, J. Adams, aka GT Golden Boy. Remember, this is the online commercial-free podcast whereby we promote local talents and locally consumed beverages. Tonight, we have a special guest in the house. This guy is no stranger to television, no stranger to TV, no stranger to media. You know, my personal friend, Mr. Royden James. How are you this evening?
I'm good, man.
Looking a little nervous, but...
No.
This is the first time you're actually being interviewed?
I'm not a third time, actually.
Who was the first?
I had 2 interviews before. One interview was when I had this youth group that was kind of managing. So it was my first interview. And my second interview was one that I did for a person who was trying to find out about journalism in Guyana and how it works. So that was my second. So this is actually my third interview.
Okay, so for those who may not know who Royden James is, you want to give the viewers a brief description of who you are and what is it that you do?
Well, I'm Royden James. I am a television broadcast journalist, as you may know. I work with HGP Nightly News,
Yep.
or as most people would call it, Travis Chase News. Most people don't know too. I'm originally from Berbice. Most people would say, you don't sound or act like you're from Berbice, but that's it. From Berbice.
You know, it's traditional for us to take a shot at the beginning of the show. You know, so is there anything that you haven't tried as yet? What would you like to try?
I'll take the 5-year-old. I think it's my...
No, I'm talking like a shot to throw back. Not a drink. You already have the 5-year, like a shot.
No, anything.
You ever had the coconut rum?
Nah.
You never?
No. Because you see, most things I try the dark rum most times, so never.
You never had the coconut rum?
Nah, everything is dark.
Where are you living? This is the best rum Guyana has ever produced right then.
I tried.
This is actually my favorite rum, the coconut rum there. So we're gonna try it. You're gonna give me an honest opinion. Wow, this is a big shot. Yeah, this is a huge shot. We actually ran out of the small shot glass, so we had to substitute it with this. So, country boy, come down to town, turn tongue boy. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Quite cool, man.
Quite cool. And the next thing we have some treats. Are you familiar with our trademark cutters?
No.
The what? The Nutella shot. We actually have that. We're gonna bring that in so we could get intoxicated at a much faster pace than we usually do. This is it. And you have to, once you start eating it, it's just like how we just took the shot and you just throw it back one time. You have to eat it with one bite. Yeah, I got a nice small one. Yeah. You mentioned that you work with HGPTV, aka Travis Chase. You know, do you feel pressure working on the Travis Chase, knowing that he's like the man in the media that everybody goes to when they have a problem?
Well, no, absolutely not. I mean, working with Travis is actually one of the best experiences I know the ones. So I think, for me, I think it's an experience. To answer your question, no, I don't feel pressured because you see, the thing is, we all have different things that we're interested in. Travis is interested in crime, unearthing things and things like that, and I'm interested in politics. So we don't step on each other's border. So I don't feel intimidated at all.
Is Travis like a good team player, or does he get his news and want to keep it and put it out by himself and stuff, or does he like share the information?
Most times he shared information with us, the HGP staff, or he don't want to take it out there.
Okay.
But he would mostly get all of these exclusive stuff, and so yeah.
Alright, today is actually his birthday, so I don't know if you want to give him some.
Yeah, happy birthday, Travis. Already wish him. And from here, actually, we'll be going out. We have quite a few places to touch tonight, so yeah, happy birthday, Travis.
Happy birthday, Travis. So, has anybody ever actually approached you with news of that kind? Like, Travis is known, as you rightfully said, to unearthing stuff and with crime and criminals and stuff. Has anybody ever approached Royden and said, "Listen, Royden, I got this big story why I want you be the man to put it forward to the
Quite a few times, because as you know, Jamal, I live actually in Annandale now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what most persons would call some parts as ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see it so. So, as they say, in the ghetto, things always happen. So, whenever things happen here, they, knowing that I work with the news, they come at my house. It doesn't matter what time of the night.
Okay.
So yeah, so in that regard, persons would always have interest in me to take certain stuff, but I'd have to pass down to Travis because it's not my thing.
Okay.
I prefer to do politics.
So where was you originally born and raised for those who may not know?
Well, I was born in New Amsterdam, Berbice, and there I was raised. I only came down to town about 3 or 4 years now. Okay. So I'm a Barbician by birth, and yeah, hoping that someday I can actually return to Berbice. But I like it here in town.
And I actually heard that you were actually the last siblings of the last of 6 siblings. Yeah. And you made 7 or
no?
Altogether 6. And your parents are still together.
Yes, we are.
That's super dope. Cheers to that, man. You wanna give us a little bit about that experience growing up as the baby in the family?
Well, up until today, my family still see me as the baby in the family because there's up to last week I had an instance whereby, well, every week what my mother usually does, she and my other brothers, because I have one sister, 4 brothers and myself. So what I usually do, knowing that I live in town and their mothers is in Berbice, they usually, like send stuff for me. One of my brother last week sent a balloon for me.
A balloon?
Like a balloon, literally. And saying, don't forget that you're still the baby of the family. So, growing up around my 4 brothers who were older than me and my sister, it was quite an experience. And, being the baby of the family, it was quite an experience because you get away with most of the things.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, what are some of the childhood memories that you keep, you basically keep close to your heart that you would just sit on a regular day and just reminisce on? Like, what are some?
Oh, well, playing hide and seek in my parents' house with my siblings and those things, they are very close to me. I know before we go to sleep at night, we usually play pillow fights.
Oh, damn! So, I love pillow fight. Yeah.
So I would remember those things from time to time, and I wish that those things could actually come back. So those are the things I actually take personally.
I actually heard about an incident whereby a young lady almost chopped off your feet. Like, you want to tell us a little bit of that?
Yeah, we were swimming once in what you would call drain Berbice. We were swimming in drain once, and me and this young girl, we had an argument. It was quite a while ago. We were quite young. I was like 7 or 8 then. We had an argument, and before we went to swim, and when we went to swim, the argument continued. And then we went home, and then I didn't know she remembered about the argument that we had, and then she took a cutlass and just chopped my toe. So I have half a toe on my left side.
Which toe he chopped?
That's a big one.
So yeah, I was just swimming in this girl, Travis, now we're calling you Travis, the liquor. Right in the story don't sound real. What exactly was you
I actually can't remember the entire story.
Exactly.
What I can remember is that we were having an argument. And then, the argument continued for like hours. And then we go home back, yeah, so that was it.
You can take another shot at Joe. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine, right? Yeah. So you said you grew up in Berbice. What are the names of some of the schools that you would have attended while living there in Berbice as a child?
Well, I attended Tutorial Academy Secondary School, and I want to say this. There was a stigma to the school that...
Tutorial Academy? I actually went to Tutorial in...
Oh, right. Yeah, there was actually a stigma to the Tutorial Academy School in Berbice that once you dare, then you can't be anything good.
Wow.
But I'm a product of Tutorial Academy Secondary School, and it's testimony that that's not true. Okay. Because I've achieved so much academically and things like that. And being a student there. But apart from Tutorial Academy Secondary School, I went to New Amsterdam Multilateral Theatre Arts because Tutorial wasn't offering theatre arts at CXC level, and I think that's something that I wanted to do. So yeah, so I did theatre arts then. So yeah, so I went to Tutorial Academy and New Amsterdam Multilateral the same year. So it's between 2 schools at once.
Did you finish? Did you write CXC there?
Yeah, I did.
How much subjects you?
I did have 11.
11. How much you got?
10.
10. Smart boy, right? Yeah. So what are some of your favorite school days memories? Like, what are some of the things that you would like to relate
things that really stood out for me during school days was, when I was in school is when this the whole notion of pencil button came out in school.
Oh, the pencil button jeans?
Yeah, the pants. So what happened is that I usually like find my school pants. I know when teachers and their teachers used to call me the every day, literally. And so what happened is that it was getting overbearing for them. They were getting tired of me. So what happened is that I had to wear short pants from 4th form, 5th form. So
really? They made you wear short pants?
So I wore short pants in school from 1st to 5th form.
Wow. Because you used to... wow.
And then just to hear them when they say, because
It's crazy. So what happened you said you went to tutorial first and you went to multi. What happened after you wrote CXC and you got 10 subjects, you said? What happened after that? What was the next step?
Well, actually what happened, I always had this dream of becoming a teacher when I was young. So as soon as I left school, I was writing there. But as a teacher, or when you want to become a teacher, you have to get what they would say, maths and English, right? But I never write mathematics. I didn't like the subject. So I didn't write the subject. But being a good student in school and persons would recommend you here, you get a recommendation, you actually get into the profession. But I didn't do it for long because I think that, one, I like doing it. I think journalism is what I was called to do. So there was an option that came up. My father thought that I was actually good at English and language. So one day we were sitting and he said, you should try to pursue English or language at a higher level. Right? So I thought, so I went online and checked out the options. And then is when I went to the College of Applied Arts of Trinidad and Tobago. That's where you call COSTAT. And I did language there. And some of my friends too, I encouraged them to go there. They're there today. So
and that's where?
In Trinidad.
UTT?
Yeah, and COSTAT. So it was our English program. So after there, and some of my friends back in Ghana who I met on WhatsApp and Facebook and BBM, I encouraged them to go there as well because they were offering very good English programs. So they're there now hoping that when they come back they can work for Travis Juice or with So that's the role.
You just actually mentioned teaching. What a lot of people don't know about Royden is that Royden was actually a teacher at one point. Right. And what are some of the courses that you would have taught in school? And what grade did you teach?
Well, I taught language.
Yeah.
I taught language in 3rd and 4th form, and I taught theatre arts in 4th and 5th form, which is CXC level. But
at what age were you then?
I was 18, between 18 and 19. Yeah, I was 18.
That must be super cool.
Yeah, but I had persons overseeing me at the 5th form level because when I was young now coming up to school, I'm a trained teacher. So I need persons on the side. So yeah. But it was quite cool being a teacher anyway, but I actually found what I wanted to do now. So
that's being a trainer. So how long did you talk for?
Like 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, about.
And then what happened after then?
I left and went through that for my studies.
Okay. Look, we're gonna take a shot before we get into our next question. Which one?
That's really dark room is there.
Dark room. Yes, Jesus. I'm not really. No, a shot.
Oh.
Yeah. Turn it on. Alright, hold on. We gotta split this. We gotta split this. This is too much for me. You can show more if you want. No, you gotta throw it back. It's a shot whereby you gotta. No, you gotta start. Don't cheat. You gotta start. Do it all over again. I'm not really doing. I'm not really into the program. So what was the reason for you dropping that profession, that teaching job? What was the reason? Just to go far in your studies, or was it they didn't pay right? What was the reason?
I think my passion all in all was teaching.
Okay.
But one day when I was in Trinidad. And we were doing this English course because my aim was to be a certified English teacher and then preferably be head of department for the English department. But when I was in Trinidad and my roommates and I, we were discussing different options that we could get with an English certificate or English diploma or English degree. And then there was this girl that she reported, I can't remember the exact news, but she reported in Trinidad and Tobago, her name is Disha. And some of these girls that we were that used to stay in her dorm, they were crazy over this girl, how she reports the news and stuff. And so since from then, everybody was hooked to the TV, hooked to news and stuff like that. And since then I know that perhaps I should try this. And then when I came back from Trinidad, I applied at kind of Times and TVG Channel 28 News, and I got through there almost immediately. And then after a while, I left there.
So how long did you work the Times for?
This was like 8 to 10 months. Almost.
Okay, and then you went over to Travis Chase.
Right.
Cheers. I would like to ask you a question on a major social issue that's bothering Guyana and Guyanese right now, if you don't mind the parking meter. What does it take, not just as someone that's in the media, because the media people can get a different perspective to certain situations than a regular citizen would get. What does it take on it as a regular citizen?
Well, first I'd like to say that, being a media person would say that media person is supposed to be neutral. But better than that media person is if you're living in Guyana, if you're a Guyanese. And so issues would affect you as it is affecting any other person.
Definitely, yeah.
And so then my problem is with the whole parking meter fiasco. I've been reporting on the parking meter stuff from the inception. And from what I've gathered, and from what persons who have been protesting have gathered, is that it's not a right deal, and so the whole project should be scrapped. And that's, to be honest with you, and this is the first time I'm saying that, saying this, that's my opinion as well. It should be scrapped. I think it's not in the best interest of the Guyanese people. Having a company coming here and they're taking away 80% and giving you 20%, I think that's not right. And so I personally believe that the whole process should start from the top again. A new tender process and all these things, because there's confusion is reigning in these smart city solution, this city hall people, because the man who actually brought smart city solution to Guyana, he was fired by the company. So you see, I think, so I think there's a lot behind the whole parking meter thing other than what is being shown to us or said to us in the media. So I think it should be scrapped, if you ask me.
Okay, I respect that. As I was telling Malcolm last night, it really don't affect me because I got PVV too. So I'm 2 foot, so I don't drive. So it don't affect me. So how many media entities have you worked with? I know you mentioned TVG.
Yeah, this is my second. But I did intern for one when I was in Trinidad. I did an intern there. So but it was like a full-time job, but I used to get like a stipend. So yeah, this is my third actual media entity.
So is the media entities here in Guyana, are you guys like a competitive body of companies, or you guys live in peace whereby if one is show up today, I would email each other the news and stuff like that?
Well,
do you guys do that?
I think media houses or different media houses have different agenda.
Yeah.
As some would say, some media houses are neutral. Some media houses have political side they're dragging on, and so I think so that make it kind of competitive in that regard. When it comes to politics, media houses are competitive because your AP and you supporters, so you report in newspaper and you're a PVP
in their favor.
So you report in their favor. So I think hardly I will find a neutral media house, but I think the one that I work for is neutral because
I'm biased. You sure? I don't give Guyanese your propagandas.
No, we report in anything. We're fair, we're balanced, because if you pay close attention to our stories, is that once the government says something, we'll get a response from the opposition. Once the opposition says something, we'll get a response from the government.
So what does you guys do different from the other media houses?
I think what stands out for us is that this is what we try to get as much exclusive interviews as possible, and that's the thing. Because you see, our news comes last in the evening at 8 o'clock. So we have a 6 o'clock news, 6:30, at 7, and 7:30 in the last. So the thing is, if you carry the same story that all the news carry, then no one will look at it.
Nobody will look at it.
Because they've heard all the stories before. So we try to get as much exclusive interviews as we can, and we try to be to take a different turn from every story as we can. And so that's why I think most persons would say that we're the best news or the best business here in Canada. So yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think you guys are the best?
Oh, I think so. I didn't say otherwise. I think so.
you were actually the second person that interviewed me after I came back and was promoting my books, and it was a dope interview. I had to use the word dope. I ain't lacking I'll make me share the words and inspiration in literature. I ain't lacking words because I got a distinction in literature. I have a distinction. I got a distinction in literature. It's just the alcoholics get the manners be kerfuffle. Is being in the media and being a journalist a lifelong goal for Royden, or do you have bigger plans?
Well, when I first joined the media, I think the media was the thing for me. But then when they start covering stories, you get different aspirations and different goals. So my long-term goal now is to actually be a politician. As you would
a politician?
Right. So as you would know, I have a thing for workers' rights. I covered all the labor unions in Guyana. I covered labor ministries. So my ultimate goal now is to become Guyana labor minister someday. So that's what I'm working.
Guyana
labor ministers.
And who's the current labor minister?
Minister Keith Scott. He's in charge of
Minister Keith Scott,
Minister Scott is actually my very good friend.
Very good. Are you trying to, you see that? Are you trying to take him on position?
He actually mentors me, so yeah, so I'm actually going after that. So yeah.
It's crazy, when it comes to, we had this conversation several times. When it comes to, being a media person in Guyana, I strongly believe that the media personnel in Guyana don't take advantage of the position and the power that they have, the notoriety they have. Most of them are just people that provide the news and people who provide information. Why do you think they're so lackadaisical when it comes to capitalizing on this position that they're in right now to do other great things other than just be a news person?
Well, as you know, I am a student at the University of Guyana, Center for Communication Studies. And when I was in my first year, we did a study about the amount of media persons who are in the media, serving in the media now, who would have passed through the center. And it's like 2%.
2%?
Of the current media representatives. So you see, when you go through the Center for Communication Studies, they actually taught you about the power as of a mediocrity that you have and the things you can achieve other than just reporting the news. So I think that the lack of skill, the lack of having that knowledge of what you can do apart from just reporting the news is what is lacking. So if persons can educate themselves, media persons can educate themselves, I think that we can go out of the box of just reporting news, go to work, reporting news, writing stories, go to press conferences, and that's it. So yeah, that's it.
You guys have all the important contacts. You have all the keys. It's like DJ Khaled said, I got the keys. You guys got the keys, and I don't understand. Some people just they just want to be stagnated and just stay in one position and just I really don't understand, man. If I had so many numbers that you guys have in your phone, it would have been a wrap. It would have been a wrap. And I actually heard through the grapevine that, I don't know if it's true, but Guyanese talk, everybody talk. I actually heard through the grapevine about a TV show that Royden is going to be hosting. Is that a rumor, or is that something that we can look forward to?
Actually something that you can look forward to. As I told you earlier in the program, that I have this passion for labor-related issues. And so that I'm working on a program in that regard, whereby I can have different workers union on the show and problems that are affecting the workers. Because recently, as you know, let me just give you an example. Recently, GTNT announced that in the next 12 months, there would be letting go of 120 of their staff.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so in that regard, we would have different labor unions on a program. The impact this would have on the country, the impact this would have on the economy and things like that. And so this is what I'm passionate about, and this is what I'm working on now. So we can expect that in 2 or 3 months from now.
I actually saw some old pictures of I think this you and a couple of friends from Berbice, whereby you guys was actually sharing on food to some homeless people or something like that.
All right.
Is that something that you're gonna be actively involved in? Like, are you planning on starting like a Royden James Foundation, whereby you're gonna be doing charitable initiatives and stuff like that? Could we look forward to something like that?
It is something that is on the front burner for me now. now, but it's not something that I can pursue immediately. As you know, I'm still a student at the University of Cairo. This is my last year, and I'll be finishing in May, and then I have work. But what happened in 2 weeks' time, I'll be starting a training with the Presidential Advisor Youth Empowerment, Mr. Norton. So, well, once that training has been started, I'll be going back to Berbice to give back to the people there, the youth there in Berbice, and so there I'll start a movement.
Charity
there. Yeah, so I will start a charity movement there, where we can actually give back to the less fortunate, because Berbice have a lot of less fortunate communities, and so giving back to them, I think that would be one of my ultimate goals, short-term goals.
Okay, so it's going to be Royden, the Royden James Foundation, then it's going to be Royden that's going to take over from Minister Scott. Then it's going to be Royden, the TV host, Knockout, Intoxicated. Multi-renaissance, man. How are you going to find time for all these things, Royden?
Well, yeah, I think I have a lot of free times in my hand, as my mother would say, idle time. I think so. After I would have finished school in May, then I think I'm ready for all the challenges going forward from there. So it'll be work, and I'm working on what I want to achieve from thereafter. I'm actually working on a scholarship now to the University of Brunei. I don't know if you've heard of the country, because I actually heard of the country only the other day.
Wow.
So I'm actually working on a scholarship there where I'll be doing environmental science, because as you know, a guy is working towards the whole green economy stuff.
Yeah.
So I think I wanted to get into that as well, because I think it's very important, because the president wrote a book on the green state. It's entitled The Green State.
Our president, Mr. Granger?
Mr. Granger.
Recently, or?
Recently, when he was at the United Nations meeting, the book was his address to the UN meeting.
Okay.
So I'm actually reviewing the book for an assignment at the university, and I'm actually studying the book for my scholarship, because I have to, give a brief summary as to why I should be getting this scholarship.
Okay.
So I'm working on that now. So once I get into that, I'll be.
You just mentioned your mom and stuff. Which of your parents was like the strictest parent?
I think my mother, she's this church woman. My father would let me get my way. Being the last child, your father would say, left the bike to do this, he's a bike. My mother should say, no, you got to go to church, you got to go to school. And so that was it, but I must say this, I'm very thankful for my parents, and everything that they've done and contributed. Even up to today, they're still my shield, and I'm thankful, very, very thankful for that.
So tell us about what is like the most humiliating thing your mom has ever done to you, since she's a strict one?
Okay, well, this is it. So me and my mom, we had what you would say an argument one time, and so my school Christmas party was coming up, and my mom was saying, he's going to this party, he can't miss a party, we have to press your clothes and stuff. So I pressed my clothes and I hung the clothes on the wall. So my friends came to me and she said, go get dressed. No, you're waiting everything. So I was sitting there and she said, please sit down in this chair. She was like, where's woman getting that? She said, and then she said, you see those clothes on that door there? You're going to leave it right there, because the other room was arguing with me and he was giving me back.
Wow.
All my friends were there.
Damn.
So I was kind of, humiliated by that. So I think that was the most hurtful thing that but all in all, I love my mother. She's my rock.
So are your immediate family here in Georgia, or you were the only person?
No, I'm actually the only person here in Georgia.
So how were you coping with that?
I usually go home every 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but I haven't went home since Christmas.
Yeah, we're friends on Facebook, and I actually noticed that every Sunday Royden be in church, clothes going to church. Is that something that you really, really do, or do you just be taking out pictures with church clothes just to get likes? People just do things for likes.
Well, I actually do go to church every week, but I'm not a church boy, as person would say. I
don't understand. I'm not a church. Be more specific.
You see, I got this teaching from my mom, because my mom is this, what you would call a big thing in church, and so every week she used to get me in church. And even every Saturday she'd call me, remember church is tomorrow, if you're going out, don't go out too late. And so that's it, that's within me, so I know that I have obligation to go to church, but tomorrow night I won't go to church.
Are you going to church tomorrow?
No, absolutely not. I have a busy night tonight.
Busy night, Travis. How come y'all don't invite me to these parties? I mean, even get an invite. I'm really going
I am free to come.
I gotta, Travis Chase. Travis Hockey is so anti-social, man.
Nah,
I mean, you didn't even drink much, right? And you didn't even drink much. You didn't eat all the jello shots, nothing, man.
No, actually, yes.
Or saving the appetite for later when you Travis go shell up. Where are we going tonight?
But we have quite a few events too.
Quite a few events.
Travis has a house party, I think it's starting. And then he planned to go to Palm Court, and we plan to go to 7 for the
They are going to Vanessa Blake?
Oh no, I don't think I'm a big fan of that, but we might pass.
You might pass. I don't know. Wherever I end up, that's where I end up. You actually came, you had your jello shots, you drank, you was a good sport and stuff. A lot of people know where they can find you if they want to get into contact with you and stuff like that.
Well, I'm actually on Facebook as Royden James.
Royden James?
Yeah, or you can get me on Instagram, it's Royden R. James. Yeah, I'm not on the Snapchat thing.
Neither me.
Yeah,
I know that's it.
Or my email, it's roydenrjames@gmail.com.
If they have any breaking news they want.
Right. Or for those who don't use any, but you have WhatsApp, my number is 674-0649.
So who are some of your friends that you would like to nominate to come and get this Intoxicated experience?
Definitely I can get Travis used to come on.
Travis?
He'd be more than grateful because Travis has this way, any opportunity he gets to talk about the whole Pope saga that was in the media recently, he would want to
that would be an interesting topic.
So I think Travis would be the ideal person to be here because as soon as you say Pope, Travis will rattle. He knows this thing like, at the top of his head. So definitely nominate him to come.
Travis?
Yeah, I have Travis. I have quite other of my media friends who've been quite an inspiration to me. As I would have told you before, I don't have anybody in the media that I actually look up to, but I actually have persons in the media who were inspirations.
Call some of them names, man. Tell them you want them to come and sit here and share the story.
Definitely. My friend, my brother Travis, he's one of the persons actually was inspired by Garden.
Garden Mosey?
Yeah.
You're the third person that, we definitely got to get Garden, man.
Yeah, so I think he's quite a good media person.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think, I would nominate him.
Okay, so did we forget to talk about anything? I know you gotta go, you got your escapade going on after this, so I really want to keep you doing
No, I got some.
You got people you gotta go meet and Travis Film for going drink and stuff, so thanks a lot for calling, man. Great interview, man. Thanks for tuning into the 9th episode of Intoxicated TheSipNChat Show. Remember to subscribe, like, rate, and comment. We out.
Just to get a piece, but now